Hello, everybody. Ryan Carpenter here with No BS Golf, presented by P45 Knuckle Down Golf. I know everybody's getting all excited. March Madness is here, kicking off here pretty soon, so I wanted to get this going before all the fun starts for the day. I came across a real great post this morning on the old Twitter machine, and Jon Sherman of Practical Golf. Haven't really dived into this gentleman a ton, but I assume he's a teacher. I know he wrote a book, and anyhow, he's got to have some knowledge of the business because he pretty much posted something that is, I mean, it's hard to even sit there and read it and not think that I wrote it myself, to be honest, because he pretty much followed to a T some of the most core things that have existed in my teaching philosophy, my approach to this whole thing for, I mean, darn near close to at least 15, maybe 20 years-ish. Anyways, these things develop over time if you do this long enough. And so I wanted to hit on some of the key points. I loved it, and I posted it. You can go to my Twitter, at P45KDG on Twitter. And I reposted it, so it's out there. You can see it, and you can go look him up and everything. But, he's talking about, in general, that, you take your lessons, right? You get some information, and you're all gung-ho, and, hey, I'm going to learn. But he's presenting it in a way that he's saying, look, you need to be prepared to understand that as a student, you have some responsibility, and you do need to be aware of that and prepared so that you can go through a process that's going to help you develop and get better and have proper expectations. Now, I will say that a big part of that also is the responsibility of the instructor to get that information over to the student as well. And I think that's missing a lot. That doesn't always happen, unfortunately. And I think that lack of communication is part of where a lot of things go kind of awry, where things don't work out so great. And then communication between instructor and student becomes kind of impaired too. So anyhow, great stuff. He's talking about responsibilities. First point right out of the gate, commit to the long term. Now, his long term and my long term might be a little different, and that's fine. Not a big deal. I love the idea of it. Is he's saying you don't just take one lesson and all of a sudden, bam, you're fixed and you're out there playing and it's all just ready to rock. Because the reality is for most of y'all, there are some things that we can stand on a range and maybe tweak a little bit. And you might get a little something better out of it and be on your way, and that's fine. That's a different approach. We're talking about development, getting much better at the game of golf, making significant change and improving your game. So, he's saying you need to think about that and be ready for that commitment to the long term. Because the reality is, and I talk about it in terms of time. I always did, whether it was back at, Golf Tech days. In fact, back at the Golf Tech days, I would tell students, like, look, you signing up for this, but here's the thing. Be ready. You need to pick a day and a time and book it out 6 months in advance because you won't be able to get into my book. I got so busy that people wouldn't have time. They couldn't just on the fly, hey, I'm coming in today at 11. Like, nope, sorry. I got 12 lessons today. Yeah, I'm full, and most of those were taken 6 months ago. So I would have to book people out well in advance on the same premise because it was going to be we are meeting every week, every 2 weeks, and it's the next 6 months, and then after that we'll start over and see where we're at and see where we go next, whatever. But it's the same idea. Commit to long term. Stick to your instructor. Love this. Now, here's what I'm going to say. He even mentions it. Don't go to the old YouTube. Yikes, that's what we're doing right now. Now, but he's right. I mean, if you're going to decide to commit and stick to something with someone, then you need to be sure that that's the person you want to be with, for one. And two, you need to stick to what their plan is for you. Now, that's where it gets a little tricky. Maybe their plan ain't the best one for you. Don't know how to help you there. Sorry. Well, you can come talk to me if you want to. I teach worldwide, all day long, anywhere Doesn't matter. FaceTime, Zoom, send me videos, talk by phone. Lots of ways to communicate. Point is this. Once you've decided, stick to it and put everything else aside. No more books, no more magazines, no more YouTube, no more Instagram. Just block it all out. Because it's only going to become disruptive for you and the instructor. And that becomes a big problem. Finding the right person, that's for another day. There's a long list of things, and all I know is this. The simplest way I can tell you is this. You get introduced to an instructor, and you're thinking about taking some lessons. Well, the first thing I would want to know right away is, well, what would you do and why? It doesn't get much simpler than that. Because if they can't deliver a very solid answer, and a pretty short one for that matter, I'm not saying they're wrong. I'm saying I'd be skeptical. But the other thing that you can also find out with any instructor is, well, what's your philosophy? And again, that should be a pretty short, fairly easy thing to answer for someone that's really dedicated to their craft, that has done this and spent time, and they're ready to rock and roll with you. If they can't answer that one, that'd be another little red flag for me, unfortunately. Now, I will say this. It doesn't mean they can't, but it would be a red flag. I mean, that's about the best I can put it. So, anyways, find that person, stick to it, and give it time. Man, there's nothing more frustrating than seeing someone give up too early, because I've seen it happen, unfortunately. Because it can be frustrating. The process is not always easy. And anyone who says it is, they need a head check. Because for some of y'all, and what you need to go through, it won't be easy at first. But I will tell you this, and I tell everybody the same thing. When you get to the other side, you get over this mountain you got to climb up and come back down again to eventually get back to playing your best golf. Man, when you hit that other side, you'll look back and you'll be like, thank goodness I went through that. Because it's fun. That's when it gets fun. You will get excited again, but it can be difficult in the middle. So be prepared for that and be prepared for the long term. Be prepared to work. Again, this is probably one of my favorite things because, if it was as easy as, here's a green pill. You just take this and bam, you Tiger Woods. All right. Hey, it's that easy. I wouldn't be doing any of this. I'd have already been manufacturing the pill and selling it for billions of dollars and be out on my yacht next to Tiger right now. Well, that ain't happening, right? Because the reality is that as much as we can provide the information that you guys are seeking, well, some of y'all seeking, that information only goes so far. I can give the best lesson ever given to a person. But if they don't take that lesson and then also take my guidance, here's exactly what to do, how to do it, how many times to do it, what to expect, what to be looking for, proper feedback, all these things. If they don't actually go put in that time, then guess what happens in a week or two when we meet again? How you doing, player? Did you do it? Oh, no? We're working on the same thing today then. We're not advancing. We're not making the types of short-term, achieving the short-term goals we need to get to the bigger picture, the long-term goal. And that's what it is. You set up a goal. I'm 30 handicap. I want to be a 10. Awesome. Great. Well, between now and then, we're going to have lots of little tiny goals to achieve over and 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 over until we get to that goal. It's not going to happen this week, this month, this 3 months. That's a big change. I love those changes. I love the goals. That's a big goal. It's a great goal. It's a fantastic goal. Set a goal, but you are going to have to, be ready to work in between and put in the time that's required to develop skills, to get better, to get you where you want to be. Detailed practice plans. I kind of just said that right there. And it, again, it's probably one of the biggest things missing. You've got to have very, very detailed practice plans. Specific, measurable, that's the job of the instructor. But that's just something he's saying. You need to have that. Flexibility. Now, I don't know, flexibility. Probably not the word I'd use, but I love what he says is that if you're feeling, whatever you're feeling, he uses overwhelm and things and something. You're paying for a service. You speak up. I've heard this a million times, folks. Whether it was standing in a golf shop, or on a lesson tee, or in a lesson bay. I don't know, man. That's the pro. I'm kind of. I'm just gonna stay away. They're kind of intimidating. No, we're not. We're people. Now, someone who holds information that's well above maybe say where you're at. That's where the intimidation factors can come from sometimes. There's lots of reasons. Doesn't even matter. But here's the point: you're paying that person to teach you, and so it is not just important. It is your responsibility. In fact, well, I'll put it this way: I make it a point to ask my students lots of questions to get them talking. I want to know, hey, Tim, I just showed you this, but do you really, truly understand what I just said? Why don't you show me right now? Let's do this. Constantly asking questions, because over a period of time, you start to learn when you've been working with people for a year, 5 years, 10. Shoot, I got some people 15 years in it now. Maybe more. Anyways. Things get lost. People forget things. And it's very easy to assume, Tom been with me for 15 years. He knows that part. I don't need to cover that. Nope. If you're not observing everything, I'm talking going back to the basics of grip and stance and alignment. Oh, we're going to do a whole show on alignment, folks. I know it sounds great. Alignment, like what? I do a whole show on that. You cannot begin to understand how easy it is for players to mess up alignment. And I'm talking all the way up to the Tour Pro level. You look at that range, folks. They got alignment sticks all over the place on the ground for a reason. How many times have I gone to a playing lesson? We get started. First question. Well, where are you aiming there, Tony? And then he says where he's aiming. And I'm like, oh my. We're already off. We're already off the rails. No, sorry, Tony. Lay down stick. Anyways. Getting off topic here. It is your responsibility to communicate to us. Tell us. I don't know what you're talking about right now, coach. I don't know what you mean. This feels weird. I'm not sure if I'm... whatever. Talk to us. That is our job, but it's also your responsibility to play that role. And again, you're paying us for crying out loud. So you don't like something? Tell me. I'll figure it out. We'll get through it together. I mean, that's the most important thing, right? So, anyways, great little post this morning. Absolutely, just man, it's just it's. I feel like I've been doing this for exactly what he wrote in this whole thing for about 15, 20 years-ish or so now. And loved it. Absolutely loved it. So, like always, I wanted to add, I put it on Twitter, but, it's maybe YouTube as well. What do you want to hear about, learn about, whatever? This is an open thing, this whole YouTube thingy here. Go into the comments section. Ask questions. Tell me what you want to hear about. Anything golf related. If it's a teaching thing, ask me. I will tell you. Now, I will preface it with maybe don't go try this on your own because it could mess you up if you ain't doing it right. But I'll answer any questions you got, whether it's about golf swing or equipment. If equipment can be a large area, so I may have to look it up to be honest. But some of it, there's just a lot of stuff to keep up with. But I'll do it. And club fitting, whatever, golf related, throw it at me. Put it in the comments section. Go to the old Twitter machine. Ask me there. Throw it in an email. Whatever. So again, on Twitter, it's at P45KDG, and email p45knuckledowngolf@gmail.com. Here for the YouTube, hit that like button. Smash it, and give me the likes. Subscribe and share it. Put it out there on the old Twitterverse and all the other social media stuff you got out there. Let's get more people in here. Let's get this thing active. And no matter what, I appreciate it. For all of you all that are viewing, especially appreciate the likes, the shares, the subscribes. But for now, go enjoy that March Madness, folks. And you know what? The weather's popping again. Get out there and play some golf. We'll hope to see you soon. Take care.